who are already watching, and let's get right into this. So the reason why timeshares, vacation clubs, and travel memberships even have a leg to stand on is a concept called parity. Parity is something that exists in almost every industry. It's saying that there's a public price and there's a private price. So by having the ability to have a public price and a private price, there's an automatic need for people to fill that private side of things. And with the private side of things, you usually have to pay for that private access. I'll give you a pretty good example that you guys are all used to. Costco. Costco buys things in bulk and they sell them at a lower price than the public price because of a membership. But let's say something even easier. Let's look at Amazon. Amazon.com, you look for this amazing 50-inch screen TV. It says, see price and cart. Why? Because the price that they're selling it for is below parity. It's lower than that publicly advertised price. So that's why they have to have you prove that you are a member in some way, shape, or form in order to get that private price. So now that we've got parity out of the way, we push that to the side. Now let's think about the actual differences in what we're talking about. A timeshare. Let's start off there. So with a timeshare, it is a beautiful resort, or maybe not that beautiful resort, but it's a resort of some kind where you get to buy a portion of it. So think of the term share. When you buy stocks in a company, you buy a share. You buy a piece of that company. And when you buy a piece of that company, you get certain rights and privileges. Same kind of concept with a timeshare. You're buying a piece of that resort, hence it being called that's the share part of it, for a select time each year. So you're using your share for a select amount of time, hence it being a timeshare. I know, right? It's like so simple, but that's what it is. So with a timeshare, you are spending a portion of what that resort costs if you're going to buy a full year of it. So instead of you paying for that full year, you pay for your selected amount of time, which is usually a week. So that timeshare is what you own at that particular resort. Some resorts let you exchange between different resorts in order for it to be more flexible. Because if you have to go to the same place every year at the same week every year, you're going to get sick of it most likely. And they've realized that early on. So a company like Westgate or RCI or something like that, you have bought a portion of that resort for that select amount of time, and you can do other things. You can exchange it if it's available for other people who will. That is what's happening there. Exactly, like the RCI exchange or things like that. So that is the first thing, a timeshare. There are two ways to have a timeshare. It can be deeded, meaning that you pay your amount and it's yours for life. You're responsible for the maintenance fees for your portion of the year and things of that nature, but it's yours for life. There's also a term called RTU. It's basically saying you have the right to use it, RTU, right to use, for a certain amount of time that expires. A lot of times that RTU can be prolonged for a certain amount of time, so you can keep renewing it for many years. It's basically like a deed. Exactly. And that's where I was going to go next. Thanks, Gerald. So the average cost of a timeshare is about $17,000. Plus you have maintenance fees ranging anywhere between $300 a year, which is very, very rare, to maybe about $1,000 a year. So somewhere in that range. Cool. So we got timeshares done. Boom. We'll come back to it. Next thing we're going to talk about are vacation clubs. So vacation clubs usually have a well-known name attached to it. So like the Holiday Inn Vacation Club or the Disney Vacation Club, they throw a little bit of extras on top of a timeshare. It's a timeshare at the end of the day. Like I'm not even, it's a timeshare. So it's a timeshare which is tied to a larger entity that you already know. I just mentioned two of those. And again, they still have that large cost of entry. You're still responsible for maintenance fees every year. But you do have the ability to do certain things that a traditional timeshare can't. For example, the Disney Vacation Club, you get to stay very close to the Disney properties. You get the use of magic hours at special events for just the vacation club owners. Like I was watching the video, I was like, no, I'm not gonna do this. But they tempted me for a minute. I'm not gonna lie. I was low key tempted, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So that being said, vacation clubs. You're still doing a thing. They're usually RTUs, but they can be deeded as well, and is with a specific company. So bringing it all together, timeshare is with a resort. Only thing you can do is stay in one of those resorts. A vacation club is a timeshare that gives you a little bit more flexibility. So let's say you're in the Holiday Inn Vacation Club, can stay at Holiday Inn properties as well. So it's not just the resort. You can use your points flexible enough to stay at different things that are owned by that larger company. Now let's take a look at the next thing we're talking about, called a travel membership. So travel memberships are different than timeshares and vacation clubs because they allow you access to a lot more flexibility, and they tend not to have the maintenance fees or the responsibilities that a timeshare comes with. So we'll give you an example. Inspirato. They come with a concierge. They help you plan your trips. They have access to over 100,000 hotels. They give you below public pricing. All that's awesome. My problem with Inspirato is that it costs $10,000 to join at the lowest level. And then it's $3,500 a year annually. Benefits of it, you get to use all those great benefits of the concierge, all that for everybody in your family. And you can even share with some friends when you get at the higher levels, which, yes, I said it costs $10,000 to join. But you can share your membership and things like that. There's a little bit of flexibility in there that some other travel memberships don't, but that is a ridiculous price to start off with. So in order for me to save money on all my travels, I need to spend $10K up front and then $3.5K a year. Whew. But compared to a timeshare, it's chump change, because a timeshare starts at about $17,000. The one I was looking at with Disney, with the Disney Vacation Club in one of their Hawaii properties, it was about $20,000 for the fee, and then the maintenance fee, I believe, was $1,500 a year, something about that. I'm double checking, make sure you guys got the right information. But that being said, all these things exist, as I said before, because of parity, because they can offer you a lower price after it's all said and done for your time than what you would spend paying publicly over the length of whatever the agreement is. Every one of those make the same kind of argument. If you stay in the same type of property, paying publicly, you're going to be spending blah, blah, blah more over your lifetime. And that's how they get people in. What is the alternative to all this? Thank you for asking. So that thing that I've been telling you guys about, that Surge 365 thing, that only costs $3.99 to buy into and does almost 95% of what Inspirato does, and they cost $10,000 to join. Surge 365. So it costs $3.99 to join, and then $59.95 a month. With that, you get your concierge, you get access to those vacation weeks, you get reduced pricing on hotels, cruises, the whole nine. You also get shopping rewards. You get a whole lot built into Surge 365 that you are spending $10,000 for with another company that is actually selling memberships on a regular basis. So let's think about this right now. So if we're going to bring this all together, Surge sounds like an amazing deal, but something that you get with that $399 that you don't get with anything else I mentioned so far. You don't get this being in a timeshare, you don't get it in a vacation club, you don't get it in other travel memberships. You get to be a travel agent as well. And that's free. That's baked into the $399 price. So you pay that $399 and you have the flexibility to gain knowledge of the industry that you love. You love to travel, why not have free training on it and be able to support your friends and family in their vacations and help them out in an amazing way. And yes, you can make commissions off of that as well. But that, if you're like me, that's not really your foremost focus, but it is a perk. You want to make sure that you're saving people money and you're helping people in a real way. So you get the membership, you get the travel agency, and then you get a website where you can just throw out to people and help them save money as well. So because of that, that website that you could throw out to people, you have to log in, just like how you logged in for Amazon to see that 55-inch TV and see the lower price for it. It's all coming together, isn't it? So next time that you see advertisement for a timeshare, a vacation club, or a travel membership, you know the difference and you have that knowledge. If what I offer, the Surge 365 thing, sounds like something that you'd be interested in, let me know. If not, I'm glad that I was able to share some great information with you and we can really go into this market as informed consumers and stop letting the Pricelines and the Expedias of the world trick us into believing we have a great deal, because of parity. Anything that you can get without logging in and providing some kind of credential is public. And if it's public, it's not a great deal. If it's public, it's that public price that everybody and their mama can get. If everybody and their mama can't get it, then you got a real deal. Just like in that anymore. What was that? Coming to America. Just like in Coming to America. That is the gist of what I was sharing. To recap everything, a timeshare is you are buying a share of a property for a certain amount of time. A vacation club, you're buying a share of a property for a certain amount of time, plus the added benefit of whatever that vacation club's name has to it, such as Disney or Holiday Inn, etc. A travel membership, you get access to booking engines just like Expedia, Priceline, etc., but at a below public price. So at a lower price than what the public pays, that's what you pay. And if you got anything out of this, like, share. Hit the like button, share it out to people. This is information that people do not know, not because they don't want to know, because no one really breaks it down and tells you if they have access to this information. And so the best way to make an informed decision is to have all of the info. All right, so that's basically the gist of what I wanted to share. As you know, if you follow my lives, I do not do very long videos. It's not my style. I'm not going to sit and watch a very long video, so I don't expect you to either. So this is Craig Joseph of Dove Birdz Travel, about to sign off. If you have any questions about what I talked about, or you want to see more in-depth examples, just let me know. I got you.